You've got big business goals and a great vision, but somehow things just aren't clicking. Missed deadlines, cash flow issues, and a stressed out team. Could poor planning be the silent killer in your business? Let's talk about the red flags that might be holding your business back and, more importantly, how you can fix them. Welcome back to another episode of The Cozy CEO. Well, hey there. I'm Kimberly Ferguson, CEO and founder of Emerald Expectations Accounting. I'm so happy that you're here. The Emerald Corner is a place where owning a business means building a life you love, not sacrificing one. In today's video, we're going to talk about whether poor planning is the reason your business is struggling or falling short of its potential, and of course, how you can turn things around. So, what do I mean by poor planning sneaking into your business? Poor planning isn't always obvious. It doesn't show up as some big glaring mistake. Instead, it creeps in slowly. Maybe at first you're just missing a deadline here and there or running a little tight on cash. But over time, those small hiccups start piling up. And before you know it, your business feels like it's always in reaction mode instead of moving forward slowly. It can feel like you're constantly putting out fires instead of focusing on growth. That's when poor planning has quietly taken control of your business. The good news is that these issues leave clues, red flags that you can identify and fix before things spiral out of control. If you're not sure whether poor planning is to blame in your business, let's go over 5 key warning signs you should be on the lookout for. So, number 1 is racing against the clock. Do you feel like you're always working under the pressure of time? Rushing to meet deadlines is one of the biggest clues that something might be off in your planning process. Missing deadlines or even just constantly cutting it close could indicate that you're not allowing enough time to execute tasks properly. It might not feel like a big deal at first, but over time, this can really wear down your efficiency and even your morale. So, how do you know if this maybe applies to you? If you or your team find yourselves regularly scrambling to finish projects, or if the stress of deadlines is constant in your workplace, that's a sure sign that your planning needs some attention. So, what do we do about it? Let's create a project timeline that includes buffer time for unexpected delays. Break down tasks into smaller tasks and set intermediate deadlines as well. Use a project management tool to keep everything organized and try to implement automation whenever possible. If there's a job that a machine can do instead of a person, see if there's a way to implement that into your processes as well. So, number 2 is cash flow issues. Is your business always tight on cash? Maybe you're covering your expenses, but just barely, or you find yourself borrowing money or dipping into reserves more often than you'd like. This could be a sign of poor financial planning. So, look at your cash flow trends. If you frequently have trouble paying bills on time or find yourself unprepared for expenses, your financial planning might be lacking. So, the solution is start by creating a monthly spending plan. Regularly review your financial statements and ensure that you have a cash buffer to handle any unexpected expenses that pop up. Setting clear financial goals and proactively managing your budget is really key here. So, number 3 is unmet business goals. You set ambitious goals for your business, right? But they never seem to materialize. This is a common experience, but it could be another red flag for poor planning. Ask yourself this: how often do I hit the goals that I set for my business? If you find that you're regularly falling short, or worse, that you've stopped paying attention to those goals altogether or stopped making them at all, it's time to reevaluate your planning process. So instead, let's revamp your goal setting process by creating SMART goals. We want them to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Okay. Make sure that you also create actionable steps to support these goals and review your progress regularly. And if you need a little bit more help in setting those SMART goals, I'll go ahead and link another video for you here. So number 4 is a stressed out team. If your team is constantly working overtime or missing their deadlines, that's a clear sign of planning issues. If your employees seem overwhelmed, are regularly working late, or frequently mentioning that they're feeling burned out, it's time to assess your workload distribution and planning. So instead, check in with your team to get some honest feedback on their workload. Adjust task delegation and consider automating repetitive tasks to lighten up the load. Good planning includes ensuring your team has the time and resources to succeed. Now, most importantly, a lot of people think that utilizing AI or some sort of automation tool is taking away a job from somebody who needs it, right? But I don't want you to take away their jobs. I want you to automate the processes that aren't necessary. You don't need human involvement, and then give them the other tasks. So we're not taking away their jobs. We're just making them do the jobs that only people can do, right? Because automation is great, but it can't do everything. So, number 5 is rigid planning. Planning is crucial, as we're talking about now. But if you're too rigid with your plan, you might be stifling your business's ability to adapt. Being flexible in your approach is key to thriving in a changing environment, which we all know we live in, right? So, do you find yourself struggling to adjust when things don't go according to your plans? If even small changes feel disruptive or throw your business off course, your planning might be too rigid. So instead, leave room for flexibility in your plan. Revisit your strategy quarterly and adjust as necessary. Building flexibility into your plans ensures you can pivot when needed without derailing your entire operation. And if you need a little bit more encouragement about being flexible in your plans, I'll also link a recent video I did about embracing change in your business. Remember, poor planning doesn't have to hold your business back. With a few simple adjustments, you can take control of your business and achieve your goals. Well, thank you so much for spending a few minutes of your time with me today. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in my next video.